This is the Glatt Properties Podcast, episode 24, whatever, who cares, it doesn't matter. There's two topics I'm going to discuss today. Number one, keeping the cards close to the chest. This is going to be a fast one because I got to go. Number one, you can't tell anybody what the hell's going on with your plan and your situation and X, Y, and Z and all that good stuff, okay? Because somebody like myself is going to hear it, they're going to use it against you, and blah, 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 blah. Why? Because I'm usually representing somebody, either myself or a client. I want them to win. I don't really care if you win. I got to be completely honest with you. When you're dealing with clients and you want to do as best as you can for their family, for their success, whatever, and you're negotiating hundreds of thousands of their dollars, I want you to lose, and I want them to get exactly what they want. I know it should be win-win and blah, 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 blah. Deep down inside, I want my buyers or my sellers to be, what's that thing he says in Christmas Vacation? The happiest assholes this side of the nutcracker or whatever. That's what I'm going for. Okay, I want your respect, but I want my people to win in terms of negotiation. So don't tell anybody what you got going on. Don't say your offer inside of the open house when the agent asks you what you think of the property. No matter what happens, when you circle back to the agent that's conducting the open house, shake their hand, say thank you for your time. I appreciate it. The home looks fantastic. I can guarantee this will sell, or thank you for showing me the home. This is not what I expected. I wish there was a little bit more in this space, that space, and that space. Turn around, get the hell out of there. Because if you're dealing with an agent like myself, I'm going to keep you there. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to find out everything I can. I'm not going to let you leave until I can find it out. And the second you walk through that door, I'm texting my seller. Okay? That's my job. If you don't agree with it, if you don't like it, tough shit. Keep walking. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, what the hell was I going to talk about? Oh, how to put the deal together successfully. So after you it doesn't matter what type of deal you're putting together, whether you're a buyer or a seller, here's what you have to do. In the preliminary process of going under agreement, this is between seeing the home and going under agreement. There may be some contracts in there. But what you need to do is you need to find out from the agent or the other party everything that's going on, what everybody else is doing, X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 and have a good picture of what's going on. They could be blowing smoke. That's fine. Take it for what it is. Pass it on to your partner, your business colleagues, whomever you're doing the deal with, and say, hey, this is what I'm being told. Do I believe them? I'll take it for what it is. Everything can change. To easily circumnavigate this situation, okay, let's say you go up to the open house. You see the house, and you like the house, but you want to keep the cards close to your chest. You say, this is a very nice home, Mr. Agent, Mrs. Agent. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I'll have my agent reach out if I have any interest in this property. You go, you tell your agent to call them, do whatever they do. That's fine. You leave, you separate yourself from the situation and the agent. You can go back, discuss with immediately whoever you're talking to. And then at that point in time, if you really like the home, if it works for you, you should already know if it works for you or not. Don't waste your time going out to a property where you're like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. Well, yeah, because you saw the pictures and you thought that you could turn this, piece of shit home into a mansion. It's missing a roof. It's not a home anymore. It's a fucking bucket. Okay? So only go to properties that you're like, I'm going to buy this. Don't waste your time. That's your most precious asset. I don't know what you charge an hour for your services, but depending on what I'm doing, it could be anywhere between $100 to $500 an hour. Okay? You're never going to get that. Of course, people text me when I'm doing this. You're never gonna do it the way that you want to, but you always got to figure out what the hell's going on. So you got to reach out. You got to know what's going on. Boom, boom, boom. Get in the groove. And then I totally lost my train of thought as to where I was going, so I apologize. Oh, right. You got to find out what's going on in terms of everybody else in the situation, and then to easily get you under agreement. This will either work or it won't, and you can move on to the next. If you like the house, simply ask the agent, what do the sellers want? And give them what they want. I'm not saying that from an agent to make my job and my life easier. You don't need to use me to buy an investment property. You don't actually need me to buy any property. But if you want to if you're so focused on the deal and the asset, like an investment property, You should be asking, what do they want and what do they need? And then once you find out what they want and need, you hit them with your wants and needs. And now suddenly you're in negotiations. Both sides know exactly what the other person wants. They're more inclined to have an open and honest discussion with either your agent or you directly if you're going to do this on your own, either a FSBO or an off-market deal with a lawyer or something like that. I would suggest those things you do if you have experience, you have a good head on your shoulders, and you have money to float a problem for however long it takes. If you can't float the problem, call a professional. That's my opinion. But yeah, that's kind of how you want to attack the situation. And I can almost guarantee if you call 5 people, I think we're 1 for 5 in submitting offers in that fashion. I know that in 2 weekends I can go into agreement with about 2 to 3 offers in both of those weekends, and now I'll get under agreement if you submit if you do it in that fashion. Don't be too concerned about the price. If you really have to think about price in terms of like realistic. I've had some dumb people say some stupid shit to me, and you can't tell them that they're well. I'm not even put it on whatever. Listen, let me tell you right now. If you're buying a $200,000 home and you're getting worried about $5,000, you don't need to be buying a $2,000 home. You need to be renting. $5,000 on a $2,000 home is shit. It is absolute shit. It's literally like 2.5%. That would be like saying you're not going to buy the dollar cheeseburger from Mickey D's for 99 cents. You're going to buy it for 97 cents. What the hell is wrong with you, you cheap bum? You shouldn't be in this game if you're concerned about 2.5%. Something like that. Now, if you're talking like 10%, 15%, 20%, okay, you have my attention. I'll talk to you on that space. Because that's a $20,000 price reduction. Okay. That's a little bit different of a negotiation. But if I'm acting as a listing agent, and I hear that the buyer doesn't want to pay $200, he wants to pay $195, I'm laughing at the agent. Because the agent should have told the guy, listen, don't waste time on this one. It's a loan, whatever. It's $5,000. $5,000 in cash is different than $5,000 in value in real estate. Let's get that clear. Somebody says they want to save $5,000 on whatever in cash. Hell yeah. If they say they want to save $5 on something in cash, absolutely. But when it comes to real estate and the valuation behind that, listen, as long as the loan is approved, a $5,000 difference in price on a $200,000 mortgage to a $195,000 mortgage is maybe $25-$50 on the note. It's not worth it. So you have to remember, everybody that you're talking to when you're getting into the real estate space as a newbie, they all know everything what's going on and where you're coming from. They know it all. So there's going to come a point in time where you're going to get hit with the "don't give me that bullshit." And I remember when I got hit with that. Did I laugh? Yeah, after I hung up the phone. Did we do the deal? 100%. I got them $5,000 off of a $200,000 home. So I got the win, but you're not kidding anybody. You have to remember that. The other people know. But it's still, even though you're not kidding anybody, you still have to remember, whether you're representing yourself or somebody else, they are down to their last nickel purchasing this home, and they can't go a cent more. Okay? It doesn't matter if they're putting 45% down on the loan and you hand them the pre-approval like you always have to, and it looks like they're only getting a loan for $110 on a $200,000 property. It is what it is. You're not fooling anybody, but you do always have to resort to that. Yeah, they're down to their last nickel. They have nothing else left. Well, I googled them. They seem to be like multi-million-dollar people out of here, there, and everywhere. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so they're still down to the last penny, and that's how you should always be when you're buying something. You never want people to know what you can do. So I'm done wasting your time. I got all these noises in the background pissing me off, so I got to go fix this. Stay safe, everybody. It's National Coffee Day. Go get yourself an extra cup. We all know you deserve it. And until the next time, keep your head on a swivel.